David Katz, you were in Copenhagen last year and you witnessed the debut, or whatever it's called, of the Copenhagen Half Marathon. What was your impression of this race?
Well, actually, last year wasn't my first time here. I was here 3 years ago for the World Championships, and I was incredibly impressed with the organization, with the spirit of the event. Everybody here was very welcoming. It was almost like going to Disney World, where everybody who was working the event was smiling and welcoming everybody, and very happy to see all the runners, whether it's the world-class runners or just the people in the mass race.
So, do you think that the Copenhagen Half could actually take over the legacy of the World Half Marathon?
I think we already have done that. I think this is one of the great half marathons in the world, one of the great events in the world. I think one of the challenges right now for this event is making sure that people outside of Europe know about this event, because this is a great destination event. I can see if you have 20, 25,000 runners, having another possibly 10,000 runners from outside of Europe actually coming, and the numbers going up to over 30,000 participants.
Well, that sounds quite nice. And what do you think it takes to get outside Europe, reputation-wise?
Well, I'm not a marketing person. I'm a technical nerd, but this is what I see, and I think it's getting the word out to the other events. It'll be a slow process, maybe another 1,000 next year, maybe 2,000, and eventually people will see this spectacular event and make it into possibly a week holiday where they'll come run the event and spend a few more days in Copenhagen and spend money and help the local economy as well. So I think it's a process. I think you have all of the ingredients right now to make this work.
And you say all the ingredients. Could you name just three of them?
Three of them. So you want to give me a specific number? Three. Okay. I was thinking maybe four or two.
Yeah. Well, come on. Five.
Five. Okay. First of all, you have tremendous cooperation between the sports company that's administering the race and the federation. You don't see that in very many other places around the world. The organizers of road races are usually their own creature, and they don't deal with the federation. Here you have this tremendous marriage of cooperation between the two, which I've never seen before. So well done. So because of that, you have great organization. You have the federation and the sports group thinking about what's best for the athlete, their experience. And if you think about it, let's not talk about racing, let's talk about a product. And the participants are the consumer. So this group here, the two groups together, are making a great product for the consumer. So when you have that great of a product, people want to buy that product. So that's where your consumer base will be expanding. So that's the beauty of this particular event.
And another thing that we've been talking about today is the possibility of a world record.
You know, world records are hard. Okay, they're few and far apart. That's why they're world records.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we put too much emphasis on world records, especially track meets, events. You know, Usain Bolt. You know, the emphasis every time he participates, people think he's going to break the world record. Well, actually, we had some very good competitions with Usain Bolt in the Olympics in Rio, and there were no records set. Okay, I think the best thing about the races is having good competition, because if you say world record, people are disappointed if somebody didn't break the world record. If you think back a couple of years ago at the Boston Marathon, they ran the fastest time ever for marathon. Yes, the course is not acceptable because it's downhill and it's point to point, which does not meet IAAF specifications for ratification. But I remember somebody asking me about that performance afterwards, and I said, "Do you know why that man ran that fast?" And they go, "No." And I said, "He ran that fast because that's how fast he had to win, because he only won by 2 seconds."
That's a good point.
That's the race you want. If you have a world record set, you want to have a world record set because the person who set that record had to run that fast to win the race.
Good point. We would like to catch up with you on Sunday to
Absolutely.
hear
I'll be
what
around.
you think. Is that okay?
Absolutely. It'll be a pleasure.
Thanks. Thanks for your time.
Okay.